Great. Let's get started. Your first task will be converting an implementation of the try data structure from Java to Python. And you will do this with the AI support. The second task will be converting an implementation of the priority queue data structure from Java to Python as well. And you will do that one without the AI support. We will also take a break between the two tasks because it will take about 2 hours to finish the entire exercise. So first, let me tell you a bit about this code translation task. The task is to produce a complete and working Python translation within 30 minutes. By complete, I mean that all of the functionality and documentation from the Java code should be translated. And by working, I mean that the Python code should be tested for correctness. As I mentioned earlier, there's more work to do to accomplish an absolutely perfect translation than what can be done in the 30 minutes. So really, I'm asking you to do just as much as you can in the time that you have. But there may be trade-offs in how you spend your time, such as whether you choose to translate all of the functionality first or translate a portion of it while testing it to make sure it works. How you navigate this trade-off is completely up to you. So there are a few other things I should mention about the task. One is that you will be using an online version of VS Code, of the VS Code editor in this study, which has a few minor differences from the desktop application. But in general, all the menu commands, keystrokes are available and should just work. But please do let me know if you encounter any difficulties. Next, I won't be able to answer any technical questions about the code or what it's supposed to do, but I can tell you that the Java implementation is correct. When you make the translation, please try to preserve the naming of class and method names, but we are less concerned with how you name the variables. You can also use whatever resources you feel will be helpful, such as searching the web, Stack Overflow, or running any of the code, since we installed both Java and Python within the editor. I will give you a 5 minutes warning when time is almost up, so you know when to start wrapping up your work. We also ask that as you work on the task, you think out loud and tell us what you're thinking and what you're doing. So basically, this really helps us understand how you approach each of the tasks and what you're thinking about as you do them. If you're quiet, I will remind you to keep thinking out loud. Okay? First, I will ask you to share your screen so we don't forget.
Yeah, so quick question about that, because I use dual monitors. I'm gonna see if I can share my my main browser, but it might just take me a second to get the display to look correctly, because you said this is like a browser-based thing, right? So
it is a browser-based thing, and also if you can, if you're gonna share a browser, and any searches that you do on the web, just so we can see what documentation you're looking for or anything like that. If you can do that in the same browser, so we can have a full experience feeling.
For sure. And is this? Can you see this? Okay. Is it too big, too small, anything?
It's quite small. Could you maximize it or make it bigger?
If I do that, does that help any?
Yes, it does. It keeps getting bigger.
How about that?
That works. Let me see. I can zoom in myself. So that I think that will work. I will give you the link to the actual editor and task, and when I see that, because I need to see the code you're probably writing or the things that you're doing on the screen. So we'll get there to a good spot. Okay, I will give you the link. So I'll start with these with the proper instructions for the first task then. So in the first task, you will be, like I said, translating the try data structure from Java to Python with the help of an AI code translation system. The system is able to automatically translate code from Java to Python, but it's not a perfect system. So the translated code may contain errors in it. So we used this system ahead of time to create 5 different separate translations for you, which you will see when you open the editor. How you use these translations to help you complete the task is completely up to you. So I'm going to share the link now in the chat, in the WebEx chat.
Okay.
So as I mentioned, you have the, could you, let's start by adjusting. Oh, great. That actually,
How's that?
that helps a lot.
Okay, cool.
Great. So you have the source file, the try.java. The try.py is where you should put your solution, which is empty right now. And all the other 5 files belong to the 5 different translations that we did, that the system did, and we executed ahead of time. Correct?
All right, got it.
Okay. Let's go then. Your time starts now.
All right, cool.
Remember to think aloud.
All right, so let's see. The first thing I'm going to do is just look at this. I can see some imports, which is cool because you don't have to do this with Python. There's the public class. We've got the description. Let's see. Class is used to store individual nodes in a tree. Okay, yep. That means is word flag should be set to true, means this is the end of some string stored in. Okay. All right, cool. So then we've got our class, public class, and we've got a hash map. There's the Boolean. All right, this is the initialization. Everything's empty and false. Get the children. We're just returning the children. Is end of word, return is word, which, okay, yeah, is gonna be that. And then set the end of word is, okay, got that. And here's our constructor where we could just create it. And then insert a string into here. So just insert, okay, we're just converting this to an array. Insert, set end of word. Okay, makes sense. And then test to see if a string is stored in a try. Just function, it's just it's just a loop. Okay, yep. Makes sense. And delete. Just delete. Okay, yep, makes sense. And then recursive delete. Interesting. So if it's same length, then return false. Okay, makes sense. Okay, all right. And make the strings. Okay, and all right, cool. Another recursive function. I doubt I'll even get this far, but we'll see. Enumerates, yep. Get okay to an array, cool. And then merge, and then you just insert. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna start with the first one. Let's see. I'm just gonna look at the top part and see what the difference is between these two. This one's importing OS. Wonder what that's used for. Don't know yet. This one, okay. And this one, very similar. Seems anyways. Just different case. All right. For OS. Wonder what is OS used for? Oh, okay. Enumerate the strings. Okay, cool. So I'm going to start with this one, I think. And all of this looks good so far. It's a class, trinode. Okay. We've got the hash map children, which that'll work for that, I think. C, and then is word. children is the initializer. Just children. Just return children. Yep, makes sense. Is end of word. Yep. And then set end of word is end of word. That all looks good so far. So I am gonna, let's see, I will take this and copy that because that looks good. And then we've got the try class, which is going to use try node, which is good. It's backwards. Oh, let's see. We've got try node. Okay, try node. Then insert a string into a try. Insert get children, set end of word to true. Or set end of word to true. Each one, get the children, set the defaults. I think that looks good. And whether a string is stored in a try. Right, self.root. Root. Root is the try node. And then for each character in the word, you're going to say, sure what this is doing. The current node, get the children. Casting, I'm not sure here. There's no, if it's not in there, then we're going to return false. Current equals node. Okay. I don't know about this one, but we'll see. Is delete, it's fine, delete. I'm looking at the comments real quick. Insert a string into a try. Insert a string into a try. Not sure I like where it put the comments, but I don't know if that matters or not, but I can change that in mine. Okay, we're gonna find and then delete. The strings. Oh, that's the recursive. Okay. Delete and not. Merge. Okay. I actually think I'm going to take off of this. And is the idea to also pay any attention to the documentation here, or is it just to focus on the code itself?
What exactly do you mean? If you have to correct documentation?
Yeah.
I'd say use your best judgment.
All right, I could do that. I'm thinking that some of the formatting is just a little weird. Again, I don't know if that matters or not, but I mean, as a developer, it would matter to me. Like there's just some extra spaces and stuff I don't like. All right. Again, don't know if that matters or not, but it kind of does to me. Okay, so I'm gonna try to run this and just see what happens. I'm trying to remember how to actually go through and test this in Python. So create actually, yeah, I don't even remember how do I create an object from a class. I already created the class. Oh, that's right. You don't have to define what type it is. So I'm just going to say test try is going to equal C. I'm going to create a new try. And then go back and make sure I really understand. So we're just building a tree of nodes where each node is a character in a string. And then each try node is the node. Okay. So if I say I want to I can insert a string. I'm going to say this is my string. Then, I wonder if I could just print out this try. Oops. Button. Oh, let's see. What am I missing here? Insert. Remember what this self does. Self.root. It's a node. Do I have to create a node first? Node is the class it uses. I don't think so. What does self do on Python? Self. Yep. If I have a person, use the words my silly object of ABC instead of self. Access variables. Use the words my silly object and ABC instead of self. Self.root. I do go back here. What does this insert look like? Do I even need the self? Yep. Okay. This makes sense. Self is the class or the object, whatever. Feel like I don't need the self here. Actually, no. I know what's going on. I'm mixing up. I'm mixing up my format, maybe not. insert a string into a try, which is what I'm trying to do. Equals self.root. I really feel like that should work, and I'm just missing something very obvious. Right, let's see. Line 43 has no attribute get children. Okay, so if we want to insert the word for each string is going to be got try node children, going to be an object. Children return self.children. It's going to be returning that. Self.root. There's the constructor. So the constructor is saying self.root is a try node. Okay. We'll look at this constructor. Yep, you've got a try node named root. I go down to go try node. Children is word. It's a hash map. More try nodes. And then there's root. It's just empty. Root is a new try node. Root is a new try node. Definition, definition, definition. And the try node is, okay, let's see. Cut that and see what happens. Okay, it's a try node object. Children, should you get children? Object has no attribute get children. Fruit is a try node. It is a try node. Class try node, get children, self.children. See. Correct. Self.root. I'm going to do get oh. It's going through each of these and it's getting stuck here. It's the set default. See if I go over to Java where it says insert. is compute if absent. It's used to compute the value for a given key using the mapping function if it's not already associated. Okay, so returns null, then okay. It's just asking if it exists, basically. And then just saying, does this try node exist? Go back to that. So it's just taking each character and putting it in node. Character restricts. And retrieval. Node represents a set of children, which is the next character, text by the character, da da da. Okay, okay. Character, current selected root. Is try node, okay. Go look and see how another one of these did it. It's the same way. Interesting. I think I'll just try this. Just this one. Just paste that. Create children. Set default. I don't know if that's gonna work or not. Nope. Iterable. Or try the next one. That just gets okay. Children of that specific. Let's get children. Just try and see what happens. Try node object has no attribute, get underscore children. No, that's not true. Just gonna go through and test each of these and see what happens. Doing the first one, but not the rest. Okay. And then I'm gonna go here. Where it says insert. That might be the same. Here's the difference between these two. Oh, duh. Okay. Well, that's just, yeah, get children. Tuple object has no attribute, get children. So it's going through T and then H, then it gets to I, and it's stopping.
This is the 5 minutes warning.
Thank you. See, so echo get children, return self.children. Enter if this object has no attributes set defaults. Does that mean? No. Defaults, defaults. Returns the value of the item with a specified key. Oh, I see. Okay. So that does need to stay. And then we would want to set the default. Actually, so we're going to insert current equals self.root for each character in the word. I want to say current equals current dot. Go back to this and see how. You're just getting the children and then saying if it's not already there, then do a new try node. And then so here, I'm going to say that the default, if it's there, the children dot. If it's not there, we're going to say not there, just a new try node, a new empty try node. Here, nope. Try node is going to be just do. I don't know how I feel about that, but dictionary has no object, no attribute, get children. Object has no attribute, get children. Current is just comparing the way all these different ones do this. It's the way I'm doing this here. Object has no attribute, get children. Say this could be a try node. Oh. This is my string. Okay, so insert, and then now I want to see find. Cool. That works. So I know this one is good. Let's say key or S.
And we're done.
So,
You were starting
right.
to have fun, actually.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's starting to make a little more sense.
Thank you. Thank you for this.
Mhm.
Um, first, I will ask you to close this tab because I will send you a different link for the task number 2.
All right.
And I will share through the chat the link to the survey.
Okay.
As I asked you for the actual coding task, I will ask you that you also think out loud while you fill this out.
Okay.
Thank you. So your ID is P27. This would be, the condition would be AI, and the data structure would be try.
Cool.
So you have to agree. Yeah. Awesome.
All right. How mentally demanding was the task? I don't know. Maybe like a 12. It was it wasn't like, I mean, you do have to kind of think about the data structures and stuff, but it wasn't like some assignments that I'd have in college where you gotta really, really like, oh my God, and it's hard to wrap your mind around. So I'd say that. How hurried or rushed? Ooh, I'm gonna say that's like a 16 because I know it was only 30 minutes, and once I got the 5 minute mark, I was like, oh no, that went by really, really quick. Um, oh, how successful was I? I don't think it was a complete failure, but it was. I just got like one little thing done. So, um, how hard did you?
Just about that question. I think you saw it, but you saw that the perfect is the lower score and the
Yeah.
failure is the okay. Great.
Yep. Yeah. I'm putting myself at a 15.
No problem. No
um,
problem.
how hard did I have to work? Really? Not very. Well, I'm gonna kind of put it as an 8 because no, 7, because the having all the code pretty much pre-written like was 90% of the work, and then the other 10% is just like debugging, so it wasn't too hard. Um, how insecure, discouraged, irritated, stressed, and annoyed were you? Um, not too much, honestly. Because I know it was a short period of time. I'm not too hard on myself, but still, on the one hand, I was like, I should know these things. Googling simple things. So I'm also gonna put that as like a 7, I think. Very, yeah. Well, 8. I'm gonna say 8. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 8. Overall approach. Let's see. So I started with briefly comparing each of the pre-written codes, for lack of a better word. Then I copied and pasted the first one and started debugging simple tasks from there instead of going through and trying to rewrite or correct this code all at once. To what extent do you feel you understand? I think somewhere between somewhat and agreed. I'm gonna say somewhat though, because some of it was still a little like, why does that do that? And yeah, so why I could see what should say I could see clearly what the classes and methods were and what they did, but the implementation of some of the methods had functions that were new, unclear to me, I think. All right. How would you characterize the quality of the provided translation? Oh, I'd say very good. That was good. I only had to do minimal changes to get the code to work. Yeah, that is pretty good. How did the quality of the translation? Oh, it was definitely much better than I expected. I was expecting some like real janky looking stuff, but no, that was good. The translations were, yeah, very useful. They had errors. Yeah, they had a few errors, but what I saw so far, not too many. Definitely helped me complete the task. Translation help you understand the original Java code. I don't know about that one. Yeah, I don't think anything in the translation. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say not at all. Taught you something new about Python. Yeah, actually, there were a couple of those functions that I was like, oh, I had never heard of this before. Did it make your work in this tab? Oh, very easy. Yeah, for sure. Slow or fast? Definitely way faster. I didn't have to Google a bunch of stuff. Did you feel that they made your work of the worst versus of the best quality? I put it over here, as maybe if I would have done it from scratch, I would do things differently, but who knows? What did you find most useful? I think the time saving aspect was probably the most useful. It would have taken me a little while to get through creating all of that from scratch, but at least all of the variable names were mostly consistent, and I didn't have to keep referring back to the job code. Least useful. I don't know. I can think of anything that was not useful, honestly. Like documentation went over, and then all the code and stuff. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think anything was unuseful. Were enough translations? Yeah, actually, I think it was a good amount. Honestly, maybe too many. Yeah, I don't think I needed all five. What additional information could we have provided alongside to make them more useful? Say, I don't know. Maybe like some tests, but yeah, maybe just that. Um, what extent would AI supported code translation be helpful? Normal working conditions? Yeah, probably yeah, slightly helpful. Yeah. Under time pressure, yes, definitely extremely helpful. When working alone, yeah, I'd say moderately. Because if I had other people to help, I may not need it as much. When working on code that only I would use, slightly, maybe. My team members or other people would use, maybe a little more, because if it's something that just I'm using, it could be messy, and there's probably not a time constraint versus other people. Yeah, I'll say moderately for that. I'm working in a small or a large team. I don't know that a team size would matter. Maybe if we're trying to deploy an application in various places. Probably more so on a small team than a large team. If we've got a large team, we've got plenty of people. On experimental or prototype code, I don't think it would be useful there. So if it's experimental, who knows if it's even going to work properly or not. So yeah, no. Production code. I don't know if I would trust it for production code as much, but it could be slightly helpful in some situations. For which situations would AI-supported code translation be appropriate? Okay, I'm definitely going to say no for that one because that's too risky. When correctness is important, well, correctness is always important, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was really good. I'm gonna say slightly, yeah, because it was really good. Runtime performance, I don't think so, because if it's just doing straight translations, some things are more efficient in Python than Java, et cetera, when there's a large code base. I'm gonna say very. It might just introduce too many errors, but that would still be really, really helpful. When it's written in a language I'm unfamiliar, yeah, exactly. Because I suck at Java, so that's helpful. And translated to a language, which would, I don't think that would be useful for me. Well, no, I take that back. Like if I'm trying to go from Python to Java and I don't really know Java, then it would kind of do it for me. So I'll say moderately. How useful would each of these kinds of AI models be for real code translation work? Useful each of these kinds. Oh, I see. Okay. Model that requires you to fix one problem per not at all. So that's like my code that I write. One problem per 10 lines of code. I don't know. I actually think that's probably still too much. And then this is just going to be like a diagonal, I think, but 100 would be slightly 1,000. Well, let's think. 100. Yeah, I'm going to say slightly on that one, but 1,000 would be, I think, very useful actually. And then these two definitely extremely useful because that's a lot of code. And then, well, even then, honestly, 1,000 lines in just one. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's pretty good. And then maybe, yeah, I'm still gonna leave that at slightly because if I've got like 1,000 lines and still 10 problems, yeah, okay. I think that's where I'll leave that. Is there any other feedback? No, no. That pretty much covers it. All right. Cool.
Awesome. You ended task number 1.
Yay.
That's a milestone. Let's take 5 minutes for a bio break and reconvene. Please, I'm going to pause the recording now, but please don't disconnect so we have the continuity when I resume it afterwards.
Okay, sure.
Let's stop video and mute ourselves and reconvene in 5 minutes. That will be well. Where are you located actually? What time
Texas.
is it? Where you're in Texas?
Yeah, 12:57.
Okay, it's 2:57 here. So I'm in Argentina, so I'm far away. So let's reconvene at 1:02, right?
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah. See you then.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so we're moving on to task number 2, that where you will be translating the priority queue data structure from Java to Python, but you will do this one without the AI support. So I'm gonna share the link with you right now.
This is gonna be bad. It's gonna go way worse, but all right.
Let's wait and see.
Okay. And you can still see the screen okay. I don't think it zoomed out. Yeah.
Yes, I still can see the screen. Okay. Let's start now then.
Alrighty. So Java code to implement a priority queue using an array list based implementation of a binary heap. Oh man, what even is a binary heap? I'm gonna look that up real quick. I forgot. Binary heap. That's right. Okay, so you go like boom, 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 boom. It's still a little confusing, but that's okay. I get the gist. It's basically just a tree, so we're very good at this in school. Oh wait, actually go back. I'm trying to see how Nope, it's not good. I'll look at that array representation real quick. Let's go. It's still kind of weird, but do do. Oh, it's like n plus 2n plus 1 or some crap like that. Okay, doesn't matter. It's gonna be in the code anyways. Okay, so we've got them in the order. Yeah, okay. We've got our priority queue class comparable. What is comparable in Java? Yep, okay, that didn't help. Phase, yeah, okay, what is it? Total ordering on the objects of each. Okay, it's natural ordering. Okay, okay, cool. Don't really need that in Python, I don't think. All right, so we've got our array list here, and then we've got insert an item. We're gonna say the index is, yeah, whatever, how big it is. Overall heap, you add, yeah. Oh boy, all that stuff. Okay, cool. Set, what is, let's see, Java array list set. What does that do exactly? You're just setting it, the index and then the item. Okay. So I want to get a better understanding of array list in general in Java. Okay, yeah, it's got a capacity. It's just a list, right? It's basically just a list. Java array list. Let's see one. Okay, got it. All right, and then otherwise, if, yeah, okay. Then we're gonna remove, we got size. Okay, I'm probably not gonna get this far, so priority queue. Oh man, how do you do classes in Python? Sorry, it was called, you know what, actually, it'd probably be easier if I start with these two here. Yeah, that's gonna look ugly, but go. Okay. Oh man, I don't even remember how to do classes in Python. Let's see. What do you call it? Priority queue. So, look it up. Python class, because this is basic stuff that I should know. No, just give me an example. Geeks for Geeks, my favorite. Why is it all dark? I don't know. Okay, yep. But okay, so we're gonna have an array list called heap. Then no, you gotta do the oh, actually I'm just gonna go with that. Definition. The constructor is just like that. Whatever. Use rules. Oops. It's going to be an empty heap. So, okay, and then we're going to go insert some item. This is the heap dot size. So in this case, it's going to be that's going to be full heap. Actually, it's going to be just the length of the heap, and then forget it. It's just so Java. What is this thing? It would be the best equivalent. Array list. I'll add what is the Python alternative? No, other way. Okay, whatever. I think it's just add. Python add to list. Oh, append or insert. Oh, yep. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, this is where it's going to get tricky. Let's just, I'm missing something here. Okay, the heap is an array list, but if I do just dot add, oh, to the end of the list. Okay, so in this case, it's going to be append. Where was I? Oh, dot end. See that item over there. No, wait a minute. Do while Python. Oh my gosh. It's like while. It's kind of the same thing, I think. Yeah, okay, just no parentheses. Okay, so you want to say while the index is greater than 0, you say the parent index one minus 1 0. That's gonna to figure out how Python does that, but that's okay. Okay, so it's saying T parent is going to be the item. Wait a minute. Oh boy. It's just going to be, excuse me, sorry. I'm going to sneeze. No, not, never mind. It went away. I just don't want to sneeze in your ear. Okay, so think about this. I want to get Python get actually it's gonna be a dictionary. Okay. Rules. Parent is going to be heap.get, same thing. Why do I feel like that looks weird? I don't know. Okay. Now we're going to say if parent pair to less than 0. So it is compared to Java arrays dot compare to. To positive if it's higher, negative if it's lower. Okay, so wait, positive if it's higher. Not just okay, whatever. So if item, what is item? Where is okay, so I'm adding like say number 7. Why can't I just say like if something is less than something? Oh, it's because you've got the wait a minute. Oh boy, I'm confusing myself. Okay. Get index and then parent. So the here, we're saying this is the parent, there's their index. The parent is actually the number or whatever it is. And then item is the item we're adding. I still don't get why that can't just be, maybe in this case it can. So in this case, I can say if the parent is less than the item, you know what, I'm just gonna try it. I don't know if that's right or not. I don't think it is, but parent compared to item. So it's T. Why is this throwing me off? It's just an array list of T. Okay, whatever. I'm confusing myself with that too much. It's less than. Then we're gonna set. Oh, what was it? Let's see. Iphone dictionary add. It was just append insert. I'm getting these confused. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's a insert. So we'll say heap insert index and an item. Index parent. And change that to parent index. That. Otherwise, no, records this. No, I'll do that. Yeah, okay. So, all right, cool. Start here. Let's say test u equals. And then we'll do test q dot insert 7. Oops. That's q dot insert 1. That's there's definitely gonna be some errors. Ooh. What is that? Oh, okay. Insert takes 1 but was given 2. What? What are you talking about? It's 1 but was given 2. What are you talking about? There's no such thing. Oh, yeah, I'm not just making some stupid simple mistake. But thank you. Wait a minute, is it specifically self? Oh, I don't even remember. No. So, oh. Wait a minute, self dot da 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 da. Is it? Doing something wrong here. There's no nothing. I want it pinned though. I want to add. Oh, so that's why. Pinned item for my line 11. It's going to be add. Yeah, that should just add it to the very end. What? That makes sense. Do I even have to have all these cells here? Should not just. Oh, gosh. I'm having such a brain fart right now. But I want to get. I think I'm doing this wrong for sure. Find. When I look this up, let's see, I'm going to say Python from function get, I don't know, get cost variable. Well, it's not static, but whatever. Bar, use self.bar. I just don't think that's right, but whatever, I'll do it. Okay, try this again because it definitely didn't like what I was doing before. Dictionary object has no attribute add. Talking about. So set in. Is a dictionary. Yeah, see, that AI thing would have been really useful to have right now because I'm just, it's such a silly thing to get stuck on. Oh, that's why. Oh my gosh. You know what? No, it's, yeah, okay, okay. That beat. I don't know. Okay, just it's the none type and int. What are you talking about? What do you want here? Line 15. Oh, you know what? I gotta do a how do you do floor Python? Math, yeah, math.4. I think it's floor. Let's see. Oops.
This is a 5 minutes warning.
No.
Time flies.
I know. We're gonna do instead of insert, just do boom, boom. Probably messing this whole thing up, but that's okay. Okay. Well, working without errors, or whatever that's. Yeah, that's just gonna print object, whatever. Well, let's see. We've got insert. Oh boy, we've got remove. Okay. Okay, so we want to get the first element. It's going to be that. And then, let's see, set the first element to whatever index is. And then remove. Oh, how do you delete, remove, pop, pop, pop. Okay. Index. It's gonna be index. Oh man, keep a 5. All right, that should be fun. 5, 0, and then the length of return the elements. And what is the 5? So many of these. Okay. Let's copy it out. Okay. Right, so easy enough. If size is greater than 0, I'm going to say left index is going to equal index 2 plus 1. Oops. Right index is index times 2 is 2, simple enough. And then the parent is going to be index. My max index equals index. Okay.
And that's
index.
We're done.
All right.
Time's up.
Well, that was fun.
This is saved automatically, so you can just close the tab. I'm gonna send you another link with the survey. This should be a little bit shorter than the other one.
Let's see.
I think you pasted the first.
Oh, you're right, I did.
Yeah, no worries.
I was like, why isn't it working? Here we go. Okay, what was I, P27?
Yes, exactly.
No AI priority key. How mentally demanding? Moderately. Yeah, I'm gonna say, yeah, about a 13, I think. Very rushed. A 17, I think, because I had to start from scratch. So I was like, oh man, I gotta go. How successful? Not at all, because the goal was to get some, like, all of it translated and all that, and yeah, I got like not much of it done. So, how hard did I have to work? I mean, pretty hard. Like that was definitely way harder than the first one because you start from scratch. How insecure discouraged? Oh, very. Like, well, I'm gonna say like a 15. It was more like laughing at myself sometimes, but yeah, it was pretty irritating, some of the stuff. Okay, overall approach. I'm gonna say I just started from the top and created each small piece and tested it before moving on. Really just top down. Just top down. I feel like all of that made sense. It was pretty standard. I don't know. I mean, I'm familiar with priority views in general, so it's hard to understand. Actually, I'm gonna put somewhat. No, I'll put great deal because yeah, I'm gonna say great deal. I think so. Any other feedback? Nope, I don't think so. Nope.
Also, you made it through task number 2, and you're
Yay.
only one survey away of finishing. From finishing.
Cool.
That's the last one. This was a very, very
Alrighty.
brief one.
Let's see. Okay. P27. How would I compare working without AI support with AI support? Oh, so AI support definitely made the whole process much, much quicker, and I didn't have to spend time looking up, what do I want to say, menial? That's the right word. Looking up menial nuances. Like nuances for Python. Overall, would prefer AI support. Yeah, that was great. What other kinds of AI support would you desire for working with code? Ooh, maybe like data structure recommendations, like should I use a dictionary or should I use a list? Variable name suggestions. I actually don't know how that would work exactly, but maybe also code generation from documentation. Like if it says this is the add thing and it takes in these parameters, then it just boom goes and does it. But not necessarily translation. But yeah, I think those would be cool. Yeah, I think that's that. I am a female. I am an engineer. Yes, I have. Guess like natural language processing, pretty much chatbots. Anything to do with chatbots. Have I performed code translation? No. Nope, I have not. Yes, I would because it's just super fun. Oops. IBM.com.
Awesome. Morgan, thank you very much for
For
participating in this
sure.
study. I'm really happy that you thought this was fun. We try to not to make it as a test or anything like that, so people are comfortable doing this. But I mean that depends on each and every one of us. So
Yeah.
again, this is we know that it's a huge time commitment for people, but we are trying to really answer this question of is it really helpful to have an AI that to help you code, and even if it makes mistakes, because that's the thing, right? If in a perfect world we would all use an AI that always gets you the right answer, right? But so there are tools for, I don't know, translating from one language to another. There's tools for generating documentation, and you probably see an AI that does that. But what we're trying to answer is the does that really help? Because there, like there are a lot of tools that come out, and then if people doesn't use them, then why are they
Yeah.
even there, right? So we're trying to figure out that, and we're building some tools for VS Code that actually would allow you to see. You got the 5 translations version, right? So and you had to go and compare them by yourself. So we're building something that allows you to view the differences like in a single pane, or where that will make it even more even faster for you to browse the differences like when you had to do it. So
Yeah.
we're really excited. I think we really think that that it will be helpful work what we're doing.
Yeah.
So your contribution is very, very, very much appreciated, and we will
Thank you.
send you 250 blue points as a token of our appreciation.
Oh, yay.
That should happen today or tomorrow, and I'm not doing it; my manager is. So I'll let you know when that happens. So again,
Cool. I've got two
thank you.
questions, actually,
Yep,
real quick, if you don't
absolutely.
mind.
Yeah, no, I
The
don't mind at
first
all.
is, do y'all have somewhere like a blog or a W3 page or something where I can like keep track of like whenever y'all like the progress, just out of sheer curiosity, because it sounds really cool.
For the progress of the study, you mean, or in
Yeah,
general?
well, kind of in general. Yeah, I mean, I would be eager to hear like if I don't know if you're gonna like do
We
a paper or something, but yeah.
So yeah, at this point, I will. I think we will definitely share. The purpose is to write a paper about this. You're correct. So when that comes out, I think it's on our list to share it with all the participants for you to see what the actual outcome was. So that's one thing. The other thing about the if we had a page or something at this point, no, but we are thinking about starting something, and if we do, I will send you the link for you to
Cool.
be aware of what we're doing.
Awesome. And then the second question is, do y'all need more participants still?
No, I mean that will be that's interesting because we had the need for new for other participants, to be honest, but I think we're all set right now. But I might contact you if we need more. Is that okay?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I could share with like the other cloud engineers in the garage and all that, and I bet a bunch of them would be happy to participate.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Yeah,
Cool.
I will definitely note this down, and we can contact you if we need any more participants for these or maybe
Cool.
future studies as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was super fun. I enjoyed it.
Oh, awesome! Great, great. Sorry it was too long, but
No,
you
that's
did a great
okay.
job. Okay,
All right.
Morgan, very nice to meet you. Thank you very much again, and we'll be in touch.
All right. Take care. Bye bye.
Take care. Bye bye.